Sleepers Podcast, Thursday, May 22nd. Hello, welcome to a day of celebration.
What are we celebrating?
Well, today's the first day that we're free.
Free from
the shackles
of society?
We've been emancipated.
Oh, from the strike.
Yeah.
Whoa. What do we do to celebrate?
I don't know. Our YouTube strike has been lifted. Yay. That's a huge win. It means we've been compliant for 3 months. That's been our number one and only goal this entire time. So thank you to the Academy. Thank you to God and my family. Couldn't have done this without y'all. And it's just been a pleasure to be able to work with Cart for the last 3 months.
Yeah, and I truly have seen a improvement of quality of life as I've been compliant on YouTube, I must say. I can't believe I was living a world of non-compliancy before, but now that I've seen the light of being compliant, I refuse to go back. It's a great place to be. I'm better for it. Family's better for it. Everyone, I think, is better for it.
And that's a great segue because today's episode is brought to you by...
Okay. All right, actually, relax.
We chill.
For the love of God, actually, relax. JK, cut that.
I'm sorry. That was a mistake. Didn't mean that. What?
Silly little another strike. Good God.
Do you think you'd be good at accepting awards?
No.
I feel like I would like to be in attendance when you receive an award.
Why?
Do you think you'll ever receive an award of any substance?
Probably not.
Not kind of a sad thought, right?
Not really. I mean, I think there's one, people that are way more deserving, and two,
of what? What award are we even talking about?
just honestly anything. But also on that same token, even if I did get an award, I don't think I would invite my colleagues.
I just want to say, okay, the colleagues word, that hurts. You're throwing that back at me. That's one of the funnier things I think you've ever said. We are talking about a hypothetical award that doesn't exist, that we haven't even specified what it's for. And you're talking about, yeah, there's other people more deserving than me.
Yeah, I think so. You know?
What could that possibly even mean? Like, what if we had an award for, like, heaviest person that doesn't look that heavy?
There's a ton of people that could win that.
You think there's people more deserving than you?
Yeah.
What about an award for can rock a teal hat?
I think there'd be some other ones that are definitely in the running for that over me.
No, I think you look great today.
Thanks. Also, what you said, what, heavier than I look?
I said, yeah, you look very good. Yeah.
See, I feel like you'd win that award before me.
That was a compliment.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, you look great. I don't look great.
You do look great. Stop it.
Stop. You stop.
You stop. You stop.
Take them off.
You're not. It's stink a butt.
I got my own nickname for you. You might take them off.
Tink a muff.
Take them off.
What's your favorite muffin? You don't like muffins, do you?
No, I eat muffins.
You strike me as like a cinnamon strudel muffin guy.
Oh, I eat the muff.
Just a crazy statement.
Compliant
statement. Any comment on the fact that people are going to think that we did this Marlins thing on accident when it was completely random?
Forgot all about that.
Yeah, like I literally, I showed up in this hat, I fired this up, and you're wearing a Marlins jersey that you just got yesterday. I haven't wore this hat. I'd have to go back in the archives, but I can't because we deleted all our videos to be compliant. But it's had to be at least 5 months since I've worn this hat, maybe 6.
So the only reasonable interpretation here is either like a 0.02% moment of serendipity happened, or somehow, some way, you were aware that I was going to wear this. Like maybe my wife Snapchatted me when I wasn't looking, and like you decided to just like take the thunder away from the fact that I just bought a Miguel Cabrera rookie Marlins jersey with a World Series patch from eBay. and I'm extremely excited to wear this. And then I just show up and you're in a Marlins hat from the same era. Crazy.
Well, I'll bring this hat. You can have this hat.
No, I don't want to look like I play.
Oh, why not?
Um, I don't want to. Yeah.
What inclined you to buy a Miguel Cabrera's Marlins jersey?
So it was during my spending spree last week.
So when you go on these spending, you really black out and you just can get anything, huh?
Well, I was doing birthday shopping, and then after like an hour of birthday shopping slash Mother's Day shopping slash like had to get Murph and Mal birthday gifts. They're back to back basically. Then I was like, you know what? I've been so generous. Time to do a little something for me. And I also it was the night I hit the Rudy Gobert bets. So
Uh-huh.
bankroll was pretty high. Yeah, and TJ had sent an Under Armour coat. There's a lot going on. But I will say, I'm a big jersey connoisseur guy. As you get older, it becomes harder to just like recreationally rock basketball jerseys in public. I feel like that's a good move like into your 20s. Like you can be like a post-college 20-something-year-old. I'm still gonna go to the bar and get drunk in my basketball jersey. But now once you're a dad and you're like on the grill, you gotta rock a baseball jersey. So I'm pivoting hard into that realm.
Understood. Also shout out, I'm very excited for my birthday party this weekend. Also realize it's hard to sometimes buy gifts for, I think, people who one don't have lists and two, I feel like Murph has a lot of things. And I'll go ahead and give you a little insight here. We already had to pivot from Murph's gift.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, found out she already has what we got her.
Well, I mean, you can just clear that by us if you want. You also don't need to get my daughter a gift.
Yes, we are you
Your
kidding me?
presence is a gift.
Not really, because Murph's scared of me.
I am pretty happy you guys are coming, to be honest. We didn't expect that.
Yeah, I want to keep you on your toes.
You always do that.
Yeah.
Are we gonna finally do our Christmas swap? This would be a good time to exchange the Christmas gifts we got each other, right?
Yeah, does Murph still like Bluey?
Yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
cool.
There's your birthday gift.
So I still got saying still got this right here.
So bring the gifts you got me for Christmas, and I will exchange them with you for the AJ Hogard card.
Okay, I'm going to have to get you a new thing of goldfish.
That's brutal.
Got real hungry mid-recording, man. Real hungry. Had to pop a few.
And see, this is why it's crazy you think other people would win awards over you. There's just nobody else who would eat the Christmas gifts they got their friend. Well, excuse me, their colleague.
Hey, it is what it is. Should we get to the YouTube comment today?
Like your office secret Santa white elephant. Oh yeah, here, Greg from finance, but I ate it.
Here's a half-eaten dozen donuts, so it's only 6 donuts now. But Merry Christmas, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We do have to get JK to cut that, don't we?
What?
The the joke I made, the non-compliant joke I made.
Well, the only reason that I don't want to get cut is because currently, in a lot of circles, there's a lot of chatter that the reason the strike happened is because of me and my actions. If there's another strike that occurs, that one's on you. No, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It was reckless negligence from you that got us the first strike. You're right. I guess we'll put my reckless negligence to the test. Let's get to the YouTube comment of the day.
Why not? Spell negligence.
Negligence.
I'm not even gonna begin to act like I know if that's correct or not, but good on you. Let's see what we have here.
To the YouTube.
YouTube comment today. Let's go with this one. On the Khan Knipple video. Were you on that, by the way?
Yeah.
So someone weird AF 6173 says Khan reminds me of Desmond Bain with Manu Ginobili's basketball IQ and motor. That's a crazy hooper.
Yeah. I think as far as like a best case scenario goes, I don't think that's the worst thing I've ever heard. I don't hate it.
And can I do one more bonus one? Just get your kind of your take on this.
Please and thank you.
We did the grading last season episode.
Uh-huh.
What would you give Kentucky for last season?
An A.
Okay. I can't remember what we did. I want to say it was an A minus maybe. But there was folks that were mad it wasn't an A or A plus.
Yeah, I'd give it an A. They won like every big game they were in the regular season. They battled a bazillion injuries that took them out of contention, and then they still made a second weekend. A.
All right, that's fair to say. All right, that does it for the YouTube comment today. Should we get to the Discord comments?
Sure.
Why I pull that up? Can you tell people how and why they should join the Discord?
Well, it's a cool place, fun place to be. There's some cool people in there and stuff. It's kind of nice, fun spot, doing some fun things. Yeah, cool place. We're over there sometimes, and yeah, yep. Think they're doing like a video game thing or something. Yeah, and yeah, yep. Join the Discord.
Yeah, you get your comments read every single day if you join the Discord as well. Link in the description of our Twitter page. 9.99 a month. Make sure you join on your desktop so you don't get hit with those fees. All right, we're
Oh, and
trying to
it
help y'all out.
directly supports us. It's the only way to monetize directly us. If you want us to keep making content and you want to chip in to the collective effort to make sure that we continue doing this, to make sure that Carter's son eats, to make sure that my daughter turns 3 one day after she turns 2, you have to join the Discord to help us do that.
Please, need it. We are going to start today with War Chant. I'm a Steelers fan. People always went after James Harrison on those Steelers teams, claiming he was a dirty player because of QB hits. As someone who watched closely, nobody had dirtier hits than Ryan Clark, in my opinion. He's one of those guys you hated to root for. Name one player who played for your team you root for that you're now ashamed wore the jersey.
Ooh.
Name one player that played for your teams that you root for that you're now ashamed wore the jersey. I mean, it's redacted for me.
Can I ask an iffy question to you on that?
Yeah, sure.
Are you actually ashamed? Because, like, obviously, no one endorses his actions. But as far as like when he played at Michigan State, he was so high on the fun excitement scale and was such a seemingly great person at Michigan State. Like, it's one of those ones I don't want to say it negates everything they did. You don't have to root for him in the NBA. But do you really mean like you wish he never played at Michigan State?
Are you thinking more? I guess the angle you're asking here is that like you put some things aside because he was on your team, but now you look back, you're like, I was cheering for that guy when it was a little bit iffy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Miles is a weird case where like you can completely disown everything he's done in the NBA and who he is as a person now and say like that's wildly disappointing because I have such fond memories that still do exist of his time at Michigan State. I'm trying to think of a better example of someone that's just the worst than that. But I don't really have a good one. I don't know. I could have gone without the Hunter Dickinson era. That's for sure.
You're just ashamed of that.
That wasn't all that fun. I feel like there's a better example in the pros that I'm not thinking of, like a pro basketball player that I really Stanley Johnson didn't need him.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe it's AJ Hogarth for me.
Yeah,
I really
that's probably a better answer, I think.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go. Next comment here. Mutant Matt. My cousin had season tickets to the Cubs from like 2014 to 2019. He gave them up because he didn't make any money. He said the only year he banked was the World Series year, and he was salty because the Cubs had a better record than Cleveland and only got 3 series games at Wrigley. That might be in the comments of the getting the season tickets thing, but I'm assuming tickets at Wrigley are more expensive than Comerica. That's probably fair to assume, right?
I don't. Yeah, I think so. I think you can still very easily get tickets to Comerica any given day, but those crowds are starting to pick up because the Tigers are really good. Cubs are also pretty good right now, as far as I know. Wrigley's expensive in general, so.
What are your thoughts on Wrigleyville?
I love Wrigley. It's a great game day experience. Wrigleyville's fun. I was going to live in Wrigleyville when I had accepted a job out of college in Chicago. I had an apartment lined up in Wrigleyville that I was pumped about. So I, yeah, love the area, all that fun. Go to a game there for sure. Baseball games are just fun though for me in general. Like Wrigley's a unique version of it. Comerica's a nice stadium, but like you could drop me on a Saturday on any MLB game town and just tell me I have tickets and like a full day with nothing to do, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, baseball game experiences are fun just in general. I think the one thing I'm gonna do before I die though is I'm gonna go to an A's game and like sit in the kayak and see if I can get a homer out there.
It's a Giants game.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a Giants game and I'm gonna sit in. Is it McCovey Cove?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in McCovey Cove. Shout out to Britt McCovey or whoever that's named after. Uh, Trevor 20228. Do you think AJ DeBance's NIL deal included that he had to go to the Mormon church?
No.
I don't think so either. I think he's just immersing. I want to say this. One of the funner parts of college, obviously it's a different scenario, but one of the funner parts of college as an athlete was kind of like being involved in other things. You know what I'm saying? Like going to some games, going and maybe checking out some other things on campus. Like I think there's people who actually find joy out of doing that. I did a lot of that when I was at Albion. Like I went to all the sports games. I went to even like some of the weirder sports things or some of the more, maybe out of my comfort zone events on campus, right? Like it's fun to do that stuff. I think it's part of the college experience. So I'm all for AJ doing that. Malik Perry, skipping that comment. Malik, that's wild, man. That's truly wild.
What are we skipping?
Uh, uh, I think it's good to skip.
What are we skipping?
I will be praying for AJ. Religion is a powerful thing. Plus, the women are freaks. Be careful at
Yeah, we could have
BYU.
skipped that one.
You didn't want to believe me.
We could have skipped that one.
You didn't want to believe me though. Here we go. This is
Can I
for
ask you
Nick.
a question? Out of all the comments that you have skipped endlessly in the last year, how did yesterday's comment about Ryan Clark being a race baiter not get skipped by you?
Well, because you told me to read everything.
But like you're still not reading everything. You're still using some discretion. So I mean, you and Dion basically opted out of the convo. After you read it, I thought we were going to get like 30 minutes of compelling racial discussions, which would have arguably been, I don't know, more impactful to listen to. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, me either. Malik Perry, this is for Nikki. You can share your opinion about Divine, but you can't say Miami was terrible because of him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with a better program. Are you Nikki? Who's Nikki?
Nick is Nick Kalinowski, the drafts guy who had the anti-divine take.
Oh, got you. Nikki. Nikki K. Shout out to my boy.
Our guy.
Um, with summer fast approaching, what are some activities you plan on doing with the kids?
Murph is just loving outside right now. We just are at the age where we can kind of bring her in the backyard. She'll run around if you throw stuff in front of her to play with. Definitely want to take advantage of that. We also live basically across the street from a little elementary school park that she loves. So we'll spend a lot of hours at the park. Yeah, that those are my main plans.
Yeah, a lot of outdoor things. Leon loves outdoors. We just bought him like this like tent pop-up kind of thing that he can play in. So we're planning on doing that. He just loves outdoors in general. We got a zoo membership. So we live right by the Detroit Zoo. Probably take him there a couple times. Get him around some water. He enjoys water. My parents have a pool, so maybe take him there. Maybe a little lake action. Also have a Tigers game in the works. Want to take him to a Tigers game.
That was one of my favorite things from Murph's first summer was yeah, she loved it. She was pointing, clapping. It was fun.
Yeah, Leon, he's a stare. He's a nosy motherfucker, nosy MFer. So like,
Mm.
he's just gonna he'll just look around. He loves just checking things out. So I feel like that'd be a fun spot for him just to like look around, and check things out.
Banks hates
Um,
the outside.
who?
Banks, my other child.
I can't wait to get a read on Banks this weekend. Me and him are gonna have a talk.
Good luck. I wouldn't go near him if I'm you.
You
Truly.
think you think he'll cry if I hold him?
No, that was a Murph thing. Like you held the power in the you and Murphy relationship and it intimidated Murph. Banks holds the power with everyone.
Oh, I don't stand a chance.
He's a terror. He slept through the night for the first time though yesterday. But
But my
again, like it's such a tactical move on his part. Like he knows Murph's party is in 3 days. And so he's trying to get us all feeling comfortable, like, oh, he's on schedule. We got him figured out. Everything's good. Just so he can wreak havoc at the worst possible time in 3 days.
I love him so much.
It's crazy.
Um, how are the wives doing? Anything new? End of flurry.
I love Malik, man.
Just glad. Why?
Wives
Wife's
are
doing
good.
good. Yeah,
Wives are
wives
good.
are good, man. Wives are good. Uh, Sleeve Nash, Sleeve Scout, Ace Bailey. Today's Sleeve Scout breaks down one of the most polarizing prospects in the 2025 NBA draft, Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey's NBA comparison ladder. 1000% best case, Kevin Durant. 100% best case, Paul George. Likely outcome, Brandon Ingram. Floor, Michael Porter Jr.
Are you waiting for comment from me?
Oh yeah.
I respect sleeve scouts and the effort that goes into it, and I am a sleeve guy. I've always been, always will be a team sleeve guy. I think this is not resonating the way Sleeve wants it to be. That's my read. I think this is one of the many times where we've had a beloved member of the community try to roll out a very long-winded series in the comments, and it just isn't hitting for me. So it's too honestly, for lack of a better word, it's too redundant to what we are doing on the channel. You know, like we want people to watch videos that do this exact same thing. So I like some of his comps. I dislike some of his comps. He's put four comps in a comment. I can't reply to all of them here, I don't think. I love you, Sleeve, but that's my read.
It's comp ladder.
It's a comp ladder. That's what it is.
It's comp ladder.
It's a smart move by Sleeve, though, because when he ladders the comps like that, he can claim he was right no matter what happens.
That I honestly very, very smart move.
Kind of genius.
Yeah, sleeves 10 steps ahead always. War chant. I know most of this stuff was before your time, but rest in peace to George Wendt. Was a fixture in my teenage life every Thursday on Cheers before the Friends and Seinfeld era began. It was 20 years of laughing a lot on every Thursday. SNL superfan skits always gave me the laugh. Norm got me excited to begin drinking beer when I was old enough. RIP to George. RIP to all the people who watch Cheers. I know this hit y'all heavy, so y'all are in my thoughts.
RIP.
Yep. All hail the Pope. Can we get a draft of teams you would like to coach this year in college?
Teams I would like to coach.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want someone easy to coach. Maybe
Take
like
take Purdue.
I think that's more challenging than you think. Ooh, Duke.
See, you're no. I take the easiest route here is I'd take Clemson
Why?
because like it just ends up always being okay. I got like 13 years of job security. I'll make a little run somewhere in there. I'll get an extension every 5 years. It'll be great.
On that point, actually, I want to coach Iowa. It's been my dream job. It is my dream job. Drop me with Bennett Sturts and let me work.
McCollum stuffed you in a locker for that job.
I mean, I wouldn't say I applied for the job, but
Either did
sure.
he.
Huh?
Either did he.
Yeah.
It's gotta hurt to see someone named Ben McCollum living your dream.
No comment.
All hail the Pope. If Kentucky can get Duke or North Carolina in the ACC Challenge, will Kentucky have the hardest schedule this year? Purdue Exhibition, St. John's, Louisville, Gonzaga, Michigan State.
I don't know. You got an answer?
I'd have to see other team schedules off the top, the name, but they do have a tough schedule. I will say that. Um, War Chant, NBA playoffs this year have no juice for me. Not interested. I see the Timberwolves was bad like the prior playoffs last year. Why they even draft TSJ, free TSJ? Any NBA playoff thoughts?
I am enjoying the playoffs, but yeah, now that we're getting to the championship round, I am underwhelmed. Like if we get Thunder Pacers and the Thunder win in 4 or 5, I'm gonna feel completely underwhelmed with the state of the league.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Let's see here.
Wolves Knicks, I think, would be really fun and have some juice. But I think watching game one, I think the Wolves are cooked.
Yeah. War Chan, I'm excited for the Stars and Oilers series, and then the winner playing Florida, who I've already advanced in my mind. Carter, are you attracted to the Stars uniforms because they wear green like Sparty? I think subconsciously we are attracted to uniforms of a certain color. My favorite color is blue, which fits with my Cubbies, and the Illini share the blue. I really like the orange. Besides the Illini, I hate the teams who wear orange, but secretly like some of the uniforms with orange. I have some shame in that. Whose uniforms do you like, but you hate the teams who wear them?
I don't know that there's a team whose uniforms I love, but I hate. That doesn't. I don't have a quick answer. I just like uniforms. Like I love UCLA's basketball uniforms. North Carolina's uniforms are peak. Love them. I like a lot of Michigan State uniforms. The Mateen Cleaves eras are dope. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Bears. I like the Bears orange uniforms.
yeah. The stars thing has nothing to do with the green. I just honestly like the logo. I like the logo and like the neon green and black thing they got going on. I just think it's kind of fire. Honestly, maybe it is a green thing that I'm doing subconsciously, but I've always liked just the stars logo, even back to the days of Mike Modano.
Dropping a Mike Madonna on me this early is insane. I like Ohio State football uniforms. I think are incredible, and I hate them.
Why do you hate them?
Why do I hate Ohio State football?
Yeah,
I feel like everyone that's not an Ohio State fan should hate Ohio State football. They're like the big bad evil wolf empire. I don't like them. Do you like Ohio State football?
I don't hate anybody. I think hate is such a strong word. Mm,
Buckeye Cart at it again.
let's see. I see the Lions withdrew their reseeding proposal. How do you feel about reseeding in sports? It's been tried many times, but has never stuck in any sport when tried.
It's an abstract concept. I don't know. I don't care all that much about it. I'm not itching for it, but I wouldn't mind if it happened.
Yeah, last one. Just snacky. NFC North standings predictions for this season.
Lions 1, go Packers 2, Vikings 3, Bears 4.
Still got the Bears for.
Still got the Bears 4.
I think I'm gonna go Lions 1. I'll go Packers 2. I'm gonna go Bears 3, Vikings 4.
Is that because you're all the way out on JJ McCarthy?
I just gotta see it.
I still think the Vikings have a much better infrastructure to the team. And Caleb Williams is great, but they added more skill guys in the draft. Yay. Okay, Ben, let's see what you got, buddy.
Benjamin. I'll see you by the way, Ben.
Yep.
You're gonna see me. That does it for the comments today.
Meanwhile, Caleb Williams is actively begging to leave that franchise still. Reminder, he does not want to be there. He never will want to be there. I'd be
Mm.
so sick if the guy that was supposed to be the savior of my entire city, it leaks a year later that he desperately tried to avoid getting drafted by you. Like, Jesus, you're Chicago. Have some goddamn respect for yourself. Like, this isn't even, you're not what people think Detroit is. Like, one of this place nobody wants to live. Everybody loves Chicago. And Caleb Williams hates you. He will always hate you. He dreads waking up. It's tough, man. I'm never going to back that team to finish high in that division.
Gonna be my QB. That does it for the comments today.
I try to warn people, by the way.
You did.
I still am trying to warn people. Think they'll listen ever?
No, never.
I bet you they'll do the flip.
What?
They'll do the same flip they did on Casparis at some point with Caleb.
Oh, not the Illinois. Are we gonna constitute that as the Illinois
It
flip?
just once they realize that he's not going to win anything, they're going to go from this guy's incredible to this guy has so many issues, he's the worst.
Yeah, it could easily happen.
That's the show. Who are we brought to you by?
I don't think anyone.
Who do you want to be brought to you by?
There's a couple that I could think of. True Classic, Nike,
Good tea.
uh, Michelob Ultra.
Okay.
Couple out there.
Should we just do fake ad reads for a couple days?
Yeah, go ahead, hit us.
Okay. Brought to you by Gatorade Zero. Gatorade Zero, a fun drink, not as fun as normal Gatorade, but one that Carter drinks to tell himself he's being healthy.
It is a healthier option. It's always a great option to have around the house, unless you live in the Nystrom and James household where Vanessa drinks all the Gatorades. TJ, we're thinking about you, buddy.
Let's get to our show. So there was a tweet I saw earlier this week that caught my attention, and we almost did a short on it, but I thought it'd be more fun to drag it to a full episode here. This comes from Jake Winderman on Twitter, who was talking about Kentucky and their taking of Denzel Aberdeen now that Boogie Flan ended up at Florida, taking Denzel Aberdeen's spot. just going to read his tweet and then I'll prompt a segment from it. He says, I wonder if Kentucky has some buyer's remorse, knowing they could have been in the Boogie Flan sweepstakes for similar money they spent on Denzel Aberdeen. Terrific decision by Florida's front office. Played the long game, and it worked out great. So we could call this like the buyer's remorse topic, or maybe there's a different spin on it. But basically, I want to come up with a list of off-season moves, off-season transactions in college basketball that have already happened that we think have already backfired. So
Mm,
in the Kentucky Florida example, the move would be paying Denzel Aberdeen when you could have waited and paid Boogie Fland.
mm.
It's a little speculative, but I get what Florida people are saying with it. So let's come up with a list of other examples of this.
Ooh, what would be a good one for this? Are there any ones that are kind of obvious that should be put out there?
Not really. I don't think so. I think it's all going to come down to like ads we don't like that we think could have been different type ads.
Hmm. So I don't know if this fits in this category because it's not like an ad that they made, but if Kansas doesn't end up with anybody, like can they have remorse about not spending on Dame Sar?
They could. Although I think they tried to spend on Dame Sar.
Okay, but so it's not even it's just they didn't have a choice in that case.
Like I think Dame Sar just like left them. Yeah.
Ooh, who else could have? Honestly, I feel like you could put a couple schools in this category. Like, you think Michigan would have wanted to wait and see if they could have got Boogie Flan instead of spending whatever they spent on like Elite Cadeau?
Michigan's example will be Yaxel if he doesn't come, I think. That would obviously be massive mistake decision with huge regret implications. It's hard to say. I don't know. I feel like Dusty was so adamant that he just wants Cadeau and doesn't want anything else. Maybe there's a world where like, yeah, there's a different point guard out there that you would have liked more, but they also got Cadeau for cheap. Cadeau's making a lot less money than a lot of the higher profile point guard ads, including Boogie Fland. So I don't know what they could have gotten for the money they spent on Cadeau.
That's very true. Oh man. See, this is so speculative that it's kind of hard to like maybe, I guess, pinpoint. Okay, how about this one? Would it work if we said that if Kentucky loses Oway, they're gonna regret not spending the money on Stojakovic,
I don't hate that.
losing them in Illinois?
I don't hate that at all. I don't hate that at all. Or I don't know. Maybe that makes me think of North Carolina when you mentioned Stojakovic. They spent on a front court. Could they have spent better on a back court to keep some of their options? Lost Cadeau
Yeah,
and lost Ian Jackson. Ended up pivoting to Kai and Evans.
that's very true.
But I don't know. You probably would argue it's good they got off Cadeau. So this is tough. We gotta come up with something here. We gotta come up with like one to two things that we feel good about. And I don't think we have one yet.
Ooh, what about Darion Reed and Bama not spending for him and letting him go to Oklahoma?
Just to keep him.
Yeah, because they really haven't added anybody at that spot.
But I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Honestly, there's gonna be a lot of Kentucky ones on this one. Like if they don't get Oweh, they could regret not spending for Lamar Wilkerson, but that also sounds like a role definition thing, maybe more so than a money thing. Kentucky has money.
Could you argue that Texas Tech screwed up by taking Lawan Watts?
You could argue yes.
And that had they left it wide open, maybe they just get Darion Williams back.
That's fair to say.
I think that would be on my list.
Okay, that's good to say.
And while we're going there,
Oh God.
I think Illinois should have just paid Merez. Keep him happy. And I don't know if you could have. Maybe it was about more than money. But they chose to build an entirely Balkan front court and prioritize that over build around their in-state rising sophomore that's with Team USA right now.
That's a fair one to say. So there's a lot of like guys that got added early that I think there might be a little bit of like buyer's remorse on, or like they jumped the gun too early. And I think, and I've been on record saying that Pop Isaacs actually is going to be better at Houston than people think. But that happened very early on. There was a lot of other players that entered the portal at that same spot position of need that I think they could have possibly used.
It's a good shout. I like that. I think that's a good shout. Can there be like an offseason move that backfired from a player perspective?
Also,
I think Trey Holloman is going to regret his NC State because PJ Haggerty is going to come in for triple the money and play point guard, and he's going to be stuck.
Des Claude.
Des Claude, yeah, maybe just it backfired just going in the portal the way he did.
Yeah, that could be backfire of it. Also, I had another one. Oh, I had another one in my head that I thought actually might be good, but now I lost it. Damn it.
What about the Baker Mazzara stuff?
That's who it was. Honestly, Des Claude.
So the Baker Mazzara thing for me might be Auburn that has the regret.
Like just not paying him.
Well, they brought in some dudes I think that forced Baker Mazzara to leave, and I think Baker Mazzara is better than the guys they brought in.
Mm,
I know you might disagree. You like some of their ads, but
I do, but I think that'd be a fair example in this case.
yeah, okay. That feels like a solid list. Are we missing anything else?
You know, I feel like we're missing one obvious one, and it's not it not coming to me is gonna piss me off because I'm probably gonna think about it at a later date.
I'll cry myself to sleep if that happens.
Don't do that.
Topic two today. We told you yesterday on the channel in a short video that Team USA's U19 World Cup invites are out for training camp. And there's a lot of names that we care about that have been invited to this team. Specifically, some guys that played on it last year: Merez Johnson, Jasper Johnson, Michael Brown, Daniel Jacobson at Purdue, and Nick Kamenia at Duke. You've also got AJ DeBansa, Koa Pete, some huge incoming freshmen into college basketball. You've got LJ Kaysen and some potential breakout sophomores that I think people are surprised to see on this training camp invite. Anyways, it's an exciting group. Great coaching staff as well. Tommy Lloyd, Grant McCaslin, Micah Shrewsbury, Hubert Davis, Nate Oates, Mark Pope are all on the list. I would like to basically make the cuts here. There's 33 players that have been invited to training camp. I'd like you and I to weasel this down to 12 players. Do you want me to run through every player that's on the list, or do we want to just start naming guys that we want on the team?
Let's just start name. Okay, is it naming guys we want, or like we are the GM for USA Basketball and we are just picking our 12-man roster?
We're the GM for USA Basketball, and we are building the best 12-man roster that we can here.
But it's you and I doing it together.
It's you and I together. We have to agree on it.
Okay, how long do you think we'd actually be in a war room trying to
So
figure out?
let's just start and work through because I actually think we're going to agree more than you think. We're starting with AJ DeBansa.
Of course,
I think Michael Brown is a no-brainer.
yes,
I think Koa Pete's a no-brainer.
yes,
I think Chris Snack's a no-brainer.
yes.
Those are my four that I care about from like incoming freshmen. Is there anybody else you think in that group that you would say no-brainer put on here?
Of the incoming freshmen,
Or just like talent-wise needs to be on the team? Because I don't think any of the guys playing in college, Merez, Daniel Jacobson included, I don't think any of those guys are good enough that they have to be on the team here.
yeah, I think those are the guys I think for sure need to be on there. Then we kind of work in the guys that we think should be on the team.
Okay. So positionally, we have a center in Chris Snack. We have a forward in Koa Pete. We have a point guard in Michael Brown. We have a wing in AJ DeBansa. So we can kind of like build depth wherever we want. Just as a starting point, if we're saying we think DeBansa, Brown, Pete, and Snack are kind of like our four most talented players, who's the guy that we would want on this team to play with them?
Honestly, the player that I think is the greatest combination of talent and just fit would be like a Caleb Holt or a Jordan Smith.
I don't hate those guys.
I think both those guys are high talent, high fit, high winner, high IQ, all that guys, teammate guys.
Can I throw two different names at you and see what you think of them in in contrast to the names you just mentioned?
Yep.
Jackson Richardson.
Just used to playing on really good teams.
Ultimate glue guy type, has been playing with the best of the best for year after year after year. You saw what his brother looked like at Michigan State. Super unselfish. Not going to be an eye guy on this team. Huge upside given the bloodline. I have him on the list, and then if you wanted to get flashier here, Tyron Stokes.
Mm.
If we're going to do it, why not do it? There's a hole on the wing here still. Now, we have 8 more spots to work with, so we could put theoretically all of these guys on the team. And I think we do need to get some vets on here too quickly. But I don't know. Who do you think we should kind of add as the fifth piece? I'll let you make the call.
I think I'd like to add. Ooh. Mm. I want to add Caleb Holt.
All right. Can you at least give the pitch on Caleb Holt then? Because I feel like we didn't hear that other than you naming him.
So if I'm honestly, I'm looking. I'm not sure we're looking at this as a starting lineup, but I think that at 6'4", Caleb Holt is. I compared him like a Jimmy Butler type player. I think he's an elite two-way prospect. I think he's a winner. I think he plays really hard. I think he does a little bit of everything. He has some in-between game. I just think he'd be the ultimate talent connector piece if we're putting a starting lineup out there. Like
Okay.
you put him as like the three, and you feel good about it. You can put him at the two if you need to, but you feel good about him being in that starting lineup.
I'm fine with that. Okay. All right. Can we get to some vets? Because I think the team's got to have a couple vets.
Yeah.
Michael Brown's already on the team, and he was on it last year, but there's 4 other guys that were on Team USA U18 here. Daniel Jacobson, Merez Johnson, Nick Kaminia, and Jasper Johnson. I'd like to start with the guy I think needs to be here, if he's healthy, that is, Daniel Jacobson.
I'll follow that.
There's nobody else on this training camp invite taller than 6'11".
Let's go with that.
He's
Guess up for
7'4", and he was good on the U18 team. You got to have some rim protection.
okay. Take that.
So he's there. I would like Merez there. I thought he dominated last year with the U18 team. He was getting like double-digit boards every single game. You know he's just going to be the motor guy, and I think there's a use for that on this team.
How many of these returning guys are we taking?
There's one of the group I just mentioned I don't want, but I think, to me, I want Merez and Jasper here.
Let's give Merez and Jasper. I didn't want to leave Jasper off. I was going to kind of make sure we did it.
Yeah, I think Jasper in a bigger role than he was on last time. And I think Merez was just productive. It'd be crazy if he wasn't there to me.
Right.
So, all right, so now we have 8 guys. DeBansa, Michael Brown, Koa Pete, Chris Nack, Caleb Holt, Daniel Jacobson, Merez Johnson, Jasper Johnson. Are we going to leave Nick Kamini off? I think we should leave him off.
Let's leave him off.
He didn't do enough last time, and there's no other Duke guys here. Let's just leave him off.
Okay.
So we got 4 more spots. You mentioned Jordan Smith Jr. as an upside play. I like that. I mentioned Jackson Richardson as an option. Don't like that, or I don't mind that. Tyron
I like
Stokes.
Jackson on the roster.
You want Jackson on the roster.
Go Jackson 9.
Jackson Richardson's on the roster. Are we going to put Tyron Stokes here or not?
He has the USA experience. Boys with DeBansa.
A little bit of a head case. Do we care about managing that, especially if he's not going to be like on the court a ton?
I don't think they bring him.
So we'll leave him off.
Let's leave him off.
Okay. So we got 3 spots left still. Do we need another big? Right now our front court is Sanak, Jacobson, and Merez. Do you feel good about basically bigs, or like Malachi Moreno would probably be the next name? I feel good about the bigs, I think.
I feel good about the bigs. Honestly, in these last 3 spots, here are some names that I think would come across as I would want them on the team. Brandon McCoy Jr. Would definitely be in that factor for me. Harwell would also be in the factor. Hudson Greer would be a factor for me. Christian Collins would be a factor. And, I mean, they're taking Ariza, right?
I
Like
think they're going to take Ariza.
Tommy Lloyd's the coach of the team.
Let's put Ariza on as the 10th guy.
Okay.
I think that's a reasonable decision.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Okay, so we have two spots left. I gotta be honest, I don't like any of the names you just mentioned.
None of them?
Other than Harwell, maybe.
You don't like Brandon McCoy?
Whatever. I guess. I guess. Eh.
What two do you want? LJ Casey?
I'll let you pick one spot, and then I want one spot. It's not for Kaysen. It's for a different guy.
I get one spot no matter who I want.
As long as you're giving me the other one, yeah. And I
Take it.
think looking at the roster, so we have a lot of bigs. We have Jacobson, Merez, Sanak, Koa Pizza front court guy. Taj Ariza is technically a front court guy. Really, the only guards we have on this team are Michael, Jasper, and that's it. And we have Jackson Richardson as a front. So we need guards. Caleb Holtz, I guess, a guard. We probably need two guards with our final two spots. And the guy that I want is a guard.
Hmm. I'm gonna take. Well, we're taking guards. I'm taking Brandon McCoy Jr.
Would have been okay with him or Harwell. So we'll
Fair.
put Brandon McCoy on. All right, my 12th spot. Here's the pitch for this for me. This is my future Team USA point guard, and he may not play on this team, but I want to get him some experience and some understanding of what it means to be a Team USA point guard for the next couple years.
I know you're getting.
I'm taking Tay Kinney.
Oh,
Who'd you think I was going with?
Crow.
I'm going Tay Kinney.
I like that pick.
I think Tay Kinney is the guy I want to be like my floor general in future Team USA events. And he's a 17-year-old, but I want him on this team to get a feel for it, maybe play spot minutes, and then hopefully be the starting point guard on the Team U18 team next year.
I like that energy.
All right, so our 12-man roster officially: AJ DeBanza, Michael Brown, Koa Pete, Chris Nack, Caleb Holt, Daniel Jacobson, Merez Johnson, Jasper Johnson, Jackson Richardson, Taj Ariza, Brandon McCoy Jr., Tay Kinney, LJ Kaysen can get back in the weight room.
Love it.
Third topic today, I just want to do a quick update to our way too early poll here because we've had changes with Florida getting Boogie Fland. We've had changes with Kentucky's late ad here as well. We've got more intel on who we think is going to come in and out from the NBA draft combine at this point. We've got speculation on where Darion Williams will go. Just a lot of changes since the last time we tried to poll these teams and put them together. So can we put our consensus way too early top 25 together based on the updated information that we have?
How many number one teams can I pick?
I'm going to let you lead from the top since you are Mr. Number One. Run through all of your number one teams in order for us.
So all I have right now is actually Purdue.
Oh, so you've gone from 12 number one teams to one number one team.
Yeah,
Does that mean you have 11 number two teams?
don't worry about that.
All right, so Purdue's at one. Where are we going next?
At two, I'm going Houston.
Okay, 2A is Houston. Who's 2B?
At three, I am going
You're
Florida.
dropping the bit.
Yeah, I'm dropping the bit.
Oh, it was a fun bit.
Really?
It's one of my favorite bits you've ever done.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
That's why you're dropping it. You don't like when I like your bits. I get it.
No, 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 never that.
That's why you're a colleague.
That's just
A
crazy.
true friend would like be energized by the fact that their friend likes their bits, you know?
I see. To be honest with you, I was unaware that you were a fan. It's a misread by me. That's all that is.
Purdue one, Houston two. Who's three?
Florida.
I don't like letting UConn drop this much. I like Florida top three, but where are you going with my Huskies?
I would go with them next. The only thing that puts Florida above is national championship bump.
Fine. Fine by me. Purdue,
Yeah.
Houston, Florida, UConn. Feels like a good consensus top four. What's outside of it?
Oh, now we're getting to like just naming some teams that would be in this range. You could have like the Dukes, you could have the BYUs, you could have the Louisvilles of the world in this spot. I'm not sure how high we are with Kentucky, but they would somehow be up in this range maybe. I think I would go personally BYU next.
I would have BYU sixth and Duke fifth, I think. Want to flesh out Duke versus BYU quickly?
Are you giving me Louisville seventh if that's the case?
I can do that.
You give me that, I'll give you Duke ahead.
Okay. I think Duke adding Sar or Coward late is like huge. Like
That
no question.
is crazy actually.
Duke 5, BYU 6, Louisville 7. Ali Khalifa doesn't move Louisville down for you at all?
No.
If anything, it moves them up.
Yeah.
All right. Into the 8 range. A lot of way too earlys have Texas Tech here. They're not going to get Darion Williams back. We might have to drop them a little bit. But the other teams in the mix for the 8 spot, I think, are teams that still are waiting on big news. Michigan needs Yaxel answers. Kentucky needs Otega Owe answers.
Yeah.
So who do you feel good about at 8? I have a team that I think this is the highest we've talked about them at that I'd like to propose at 8.
Please.
Arizona.
Ooh, I like that.
A lot of good things have been happening for Arizona. I know they're losing Carter Bryant, but I'm starting to see a vision that's pretty solidified for them in a way that other teams aren't.
I think I like that a lot.
All right, put Arizona 8. Where do you want to go at 9 and 10?
Oh, where do I want to go? 9, 10.
Rumblings that Arkansas is going to get Carter Knox
I think I
back.
would go. I think I would go. Actually, no. Actually, I don't feel good about letting Texas Tech drop anymore.
I think it's crazy to put them this high with just Anderson, Watson, Toppin. I really do. There's not going to be a team we're more split on than that.
It's okay.
You got to think Christian Anderson's like an All American to have them this high. And even if he is an All American, I think they might just be Purdue from last year, where they have two and a half good players.
I mean, I think they got other good players. You don't. I mean, weren't you an Atwell guy?
No,
For some reason, I thought you were.
no, I think everybody from their fourth guy down is just a role player here. Toppin's great. Christian Anderson's great. Watts is good. Like that's Purdue. They're Purdue from last year.
Who was? I don't. They got a little bit more to. Texas Tech's a top 10 team.
Oh man,
We're giving leeway by putting them this low.
they're a top 5 trio, top 20 team.
No, they are a top 10 team. Anyone who has them outside their top 10, I'd
You
remove.
had them this high when you thought they were getting Darion back, and you're not
No,
dropping them at all.
I had them top 5 when they had Darion. I had them like 2.
Dropping them like 3 spots when they lose a guy with zero replacement is crazy to me.
It ain't that much of a drop off from Lawan Watts to Darian Williams.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
And also, the pitch was they were going to have both of them.
And if they had both, I was gonna put them at like 3.
I don't know.
I dropped them 6 spots because of Darian Williams.
I don't know.
I
I
shot
don't
them.
think I can give you them at 9.
What?
I can compromise, but I'm so split on this. I can't. Like if we both made a poll and compiled them, they would be way lower than 9. Because I would have them like 19th or 20th.
That's kind of crazy, man.
They got 3 players.
Can I get them at 10?
You don't want Arkansas?
I want Texas Tech before Arkansas.
I know you do, but I'm not giving it to you. We got to compromise.
Well, we can go Arkansas 9, Texas Tech 10.
I'll compromise by putting Texas Tech at like 11 or 12. That's a compromise for me, a big one. So I got them like 20.
Fine, man.
I don't see it. Like I have to have Kentucky ahead of them. I think Arkansas should be ahead of them. I think you could argue UCLA should be ahead of them. I think you could argue Kansas should be ahead of them. I think you could argue Michigan with the Axel should be ahead of them. They
Oh
have
my God.
3 players. They have 3 players. I think you could argue Illinois ahead of them. I think you could argue Tennessee ahead of them. So I'll compromise, but you're not getting 9 or 10.
I don't like it here.
You couldn't name their 5th player yesterday. Like,
And?
I still haven't heard the pitch other than they top. You like Toppin.
And Anderson.
So they're Purdue from last year, which was 20th.
It's just completely different.
I don't know.
Toppin is better than TKR.
You like Arkansas and you like Kentucky. That should be 9 and 10. And then if you want Texas Tech at 11, I will compromise for that.
That's fine. Just the most ass compromise of all time. Texas Tech is a top 10 team.
Only according to people that thought they were getting Darion Williams back and you.
No, people who don't think he's getting Darren Williams like still have them top 10.
Once Darion Williams officially leaves, they will be dropped. And the teams that get Darion Williams will take a jump ahead of him.
Crazy, crazy world we live in.
Can we go Kentucky 9 and Arkansas 10?
Well, I don't think I have a choice.
Shut up. We're going Kentucky 9, Arkansas 10. This is a 9 spot compromise for me. Texas Tech to 11. But oh no, they had to go 2 spots behind where Carter wanted them.
Yeah.
What's the transitive property of our compromising?
Um, hmm. Can I get actually no. I don't know if there is a transit property. Let's just keep working.
All right, who's at 12?
I would go now I'm kind of getting the UCLA range.
Okay.
So then UCLA.
Okay. 13.
13. Hmm. Oh, see, I don't want to be too high on some of these teams. We already said we have Arkansas, Kentucky at 9, 10. We already have them. I guess now we're getting into like where are we gonna have Iowa State on this list?
It shouldn't be 13.
What about like Auburn, Wisconsin? I'm just naming some teams now.
A couple weeks ago, we did this exercise, and you had Michigan eighth when we thought they might not get Yaxel. And now we're talking Iowa State at 13 before we get Michigan on the board. And we
I had
think they're
Michigan at
getting
8 without.
Yaxel.
I had Michigan at 8 without Yaxel.
We didn't know what Yaxel's decision was.
Oh,
Now we
really?
we think we know his decision has come back to Michigan. We're like, is Iowa State 13?
I
Like, if they
I
get Yaxel back, how are they not a top 10 team? I'm letting you rock because you're mad at me about Texas Tech. But, like, how far do you want to drop this team?
I thought Michigan was already in the rankings, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So we can go Michigan here.
All right. My best available right now would be Michigan, Tennessee, and Kansas.
I would like to go Michigan, Tennessee, Creighton.
You do like Creighton.
I do like Creighton. Now we can go Kansas.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Now I'd like to get in the Big Ten range.
Still don't know how Michigan got Yaxel and dropped 5 spots according to you, but
I
it's
don't
for another day.
I don't know how Texas Tech is
Well, that would be because they lost their player that you had ranked them highly because of.
I ranked them in the
And
top five.
Michigan got the player, or we think is getting the player. Watch Yaxel say he's staying in the draft, and this becomes the worst conversation ever. Who's at 17?
Um, Wisconsin?
Okay, I like that.
Wisconsin. Then truthfully, even though I'm not the biggest fan, I still think Iowa State deserves to be up in here somewhere. They got Montilovich, Lipsy,
Yeah, I'm fine.
Joshua Jefferson.
I'm fine.
Yeah, they're just a good team.
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
Every word said about Iowa State makes me want to drop them more spots, but yeah, they're fine.
sorry.
Illinois 19?
Yeah, Balkan boys.
Yeah.
Let's go the Balkan boys.
I don't think Auburn's going to get Pettiford back. Otherwise, I would have them here. What do you want to do with Auburn?
They're still going to be good. I think they should be like around here. They're a top 25 team.
Not without Pettiford.
You don't think without Pettiford they're out of the top 25?
Unless they get some crazy replacement late. But, dude, who's their guards without Pettiford?
They got Bashir.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a really dicey roster if they lose Pettiford.
They got the Keyshawn's.
We can just give them like a Final Four bump, but yeah.
I mean, what are some other teams that you're looking to put in
I
the
don't
same?
know. Once you get to 20, there's a lot of teams that I think are hurting by
Yeah.
decisions that have been made.
I mean, we could still go with like
Gonzaga.
yeah, Gonzaga. I was gonna say just like players.
Let's put Gonzaga 20. I think they're going to be a top 20 team.
Okay,
And they're
Gonzaga
still
20.
doing good things.
All right.
Auburn 21, fine by that. We got to come up with 4 more teams here somehow.
You're not buying North Carolina at all, correct?
I'm not.
Okay.
But if you want to put them
Um,
in, we can.
God, it's nasty once you get out of this in this 20 range.
Yeah, pretty top heavy year, it feels like. We didn't put St. John's anywhere.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy hell, that's bad.
Uh-huh.
That's really bad. What do we do?
Put them 11th above Texas Tech.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, put them at 11. right?
Texas
No,
Tech at
actually,
12.
no. Put them at 11th
Okay.
and put Texas Tech at 21.
Why? Then
I,
you
no, I like this because everyone tells me that that's where Texas Tech belongs.
Okay, fine. I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
All right, so we have Texas Tech 21, we have Auburn 22.
yep.
All right.
Texas Tech. People tell me
I just steamrolled you.
Texas Tech
I
is
just
yeah.
absolutely steamrolled you. I
They're the
just
20.
destroyed you.
They're the 21st best
I
team.
just steamrolled you.
21st best team.
We need three more teams. You buying the Ole Miss stuff at all?
They did get Bundalo.
Bundalo, AJ Store, and Chris Beard.
Oh my man, that's honestly just for vibes. I kind of want to put him up there.
Let's put
What
Ole
about
Miss,
What about Bama?
NATO, oh, and what about Tom Izzo?
Bama first.
Alabama 23.
Won the big game. Won the Big Ten by 3 games. 24.
We put Michigan State 25 just to be
Sure,
petty. Okay.
sure. Why not?
So we need a 24.
Baylor.
You like Baylor. I don't. I'll give you Baylor as a sign of respect.
Sick.
How much did you hate this exercise?
A lot.
Our updated way too early top 25. Purdue 1, Houston 2, Florida 3, UConn 4, Duke 5, BYU 6, Louisville 7, Arizona 8, Kentucky 9, Arkansas 10, St. John's 11, UCLA 12, Michigan, after they get Yaxel back, drops 5 spots to 13, Tennessee 14, Creighton 15, Kansas 16, Wisconsin 17, Iowa State 18, Illinois 19, Gonzaga 20, Texas Tech 21, Auburn 22, Alabama 23, Baylor 24, Michigan State 25.
I love it.
One big thing. What's your thing? Let's go see Carter's imagination. Do a bit like a bitch. We'll pretend we like it.
Wow. That's crazy. So I am unveiling a new bit that I will be doing moving forward starting next week. Every Monday I'm going to release a top 25 and I'm going to put it in alphabetical order until people realize it's in alphabetical order.
People will realize immediately.
You think?
That's my bet, yeah, but we can try.
How long do you think you think it'll notice right away?
I think it'll take 7 minutes before someone points out that it's in alphabetical order.
Okay, but the thing is I'm just going to deny that it is.
How's that going to work?
They're going to be like, it's in alphabetical order. I'm like, oh no, no, it's not. This is just how I see it.
So you're just going to constantly claim coincidence?
Yeah, like man, I love Arizona.
Like you're every, so you're gonna do this every week. It's always gonna be the same order because the alphabet doesn't change.
Yeah.
So it's just alphabetical order. And every time you're just gonna be like, oh damn, what a coincidence.
Oh, you're right. That won't work. The alphabet doesn't change.
I mean, you could take some teams out that technically moves it around a little bit.
Well, what if every week it's just something new alphabetically? Like
Do you just do a different list of things ranked?
the first week is straight alphabet based off the team name. The second week, it's alphabet based off the first letter of the point guard's name. And I just rotate that every week.
I think I like the original pitch a little bit better. But I'm in. If I can bet on your bits, I'm in.
You've always been one to be on my bit.
I've always been one to bet on you.
You ever lost when you bet on me?
No, it's got me this far.
It'll burn. It'll crash and burn eventually.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's how it ends.
What? What?
You're gonna bet on me in a high leverage, high altitude spot, and either one, it's gonna crash and burn, or two, I'm gonna have to go pee. That's the only two ways it ends.
That's extremely true. Honestly, your bladder will probably take me down one day.
Yeah, so it'll burn you. It'll burn when you pee.
That
It'll burn when I pee.
doesn't seem applicable. My one big thing is I'd like to put some respect on Jersey Giant.
Whoa!
Yeah,
No,
I'm not doing the choose your own adventure anymore.
wow.
I ran out of choices. I only have one today.
All right.
I'd like to put respect on Jersey Giant as a sub shop. I think I often forget how much I like Jersey Giant. Great spot here in Michigan. Are they everywhere? Are they outside of Michigan too?
I don't think so. I think it's just a Michigan
I
thing.
think it's just Michigan. I think there's only a couple locations, but I would put this toe to toe with your sub shop of choice, and I like the vibes of Jersey Giant a little bit more,
Yeah, I like the dirtiness of Jersey Giant.
like the dirtiness.
Yeah, it's a little grimy in there.
They had a wall at Jersey Giant Sticks. I went in to get the sub, and they had a wall of hateful Facebook comments left on their account. And I love like the fact my sub shop has a chip on their shoulder. Got
That
me
is
excited.
that is fire.
Yeah. Okay. That's the show. That's the last show with Carter and I together
Yeah,
for a very long time.
damn.
More on that sometime in the future.